Hello friends, this is Raju. Let's take a look how we can publish ASP.NET Core MVC web application to Azure Docker container. So I have created MVC Core basic application. So in home control, this is simple page. Let me run this application. So this is the basic template that I created from Visual Studio Code. So this is like running application on browser. Okay, simple template application. Now I'm going to add in home index page this thing like environment information. Suppose environment variable is, I said, development. If it is not development, it shows production mode. So if I run this, so now you can see here, by default it is development mode until we set the environment variable to production. Okay, so see, this is simple MVC core application. Now I want to publish this application on Azure Docker container. So let's create a Docker file. So right click on the project, click add and select Docker support. So if I select Docker support, is ask for container OS. I set Linux as it is default. Okay, container build type Docker file. Okay, I just click OK. So it's auto generate. This is the Docker file. Let me start Docker desktop. We have to make sure we have a Docker desktop installed. Open the Docker desktop application. So this is the Docker desktop application that installed on my machine. So there is container, there is no any information. Images, this is blank, there is no any information. Okay, we already added Docker file. If you can see here in Visual Studio Code, here we say Docker container file. So if I click here, it's going to create an image into Docker container, then image move to image run into the container. So I click here. If you can see here in output, this here, it's run the command and run the application from Docker. So this instance is running from the Docker. Development mode is debugging. Okay, so if I click here Docker container, see in container this image is running. If I click here image, so this is the image. Okay, and it is running in here, it is container. If I click here, see port 32769. Okay, so this application is running from Docker container, this one. Okay, so now I want to publish this application into Azure Docker. So let's go to Azure portal. So this is Azure portal. So first of all, we have to create a container registry which hold the Docker image. Okay, so it's contain images. Then after we use container app that is going to take image from container and run the application. So I click here container registry. So let's create a container registry. So I click on create. This is my default subscription name. Resource group. Let's create resource group. Test resource group. Okay, so resource group is created. Repository name, let me add ASP.NET Core MVC Azure on Docker container. This is repository name. Location, based on region you can select location. Right now I leave as it is, West US 2. Pricing plan, just select basic and then just click on to review plus create. So and I click on create. So it's now initializing deployment. It's in progress. It is in progress. So now deployment succeeded. So I click here, go to resources, container registry created. So now go to the project. We are going to upload image our project MVC core ML packages to this container. Okay, so go to project, right click on publish. I select Docker Container Registry because we want to publish on Docker container. Okay, so registry, then Azure Container Registry. Next, so I have already registered my Microsoft account, so I'll already log in here. So it show me this registry recently we created, sp.net MVC on Docker container. Okay, so I select next, Docker desktop, click on finish. Publish profile is created. So let me close this now. So now we have publish profile is ready. So when I click on publish, it's going to create packages of MVC core application and make an image into Azure Container Registry. So I click here publish, and in output window it's executed some command that is that we can achieve by Azure CLI command as well, but Visual Studio provide all the functionality, so I am going to use Visual Studio instead of Azure command CLI. If you can see here, it show here progress publishing your application to your container. So now publish succeeded. Okay, so now if you can see here, successfully published Docker image with tag latest. So our application is successfully published into Docker image and the tag name is latest. So go to Azure. If I click here, repositories, in services click on repositories. This is the repository, and if you can see tag, this is the latest tag. So our ASP.NET MVC published on this container, and this is the image, repository image, Docker image. Okay, we have container registry is ready. Now we have to use container app. So click on container app, create app, container app, create container app. Resource group, I select resource group, container app name, let me give the app name MVC core on Azure Docker. Okay, container image, deployment source, we are deployment source is image because we have image is ready. This is the image that is ready, so I select container image. Region, based on your location you can select the region. Right now I'm select West US2, and here container app environment, this is the app. I select container environment, I select here. Now click next container. So here Azure Container Registry, you can see ASP.NET Core MVC container Docker container. This is the image we recently created. Okay, so if I select here, you can see cannot access ACR because admin credential or ACR disabled. We have to enable admin credential to allow images access for this container. So go to our container registry, settings, click on access keys. Here I click, so login server, this is this information, this is the same information here. Okay, image. So I click here admin user. So now it's created user and password. Now if I select here, I can accessible, click image name. Okay, and tag latest. So if I click here repositories, This is the image name, ASP.NET Core MVC. This is image name, and image tag, this is the tag. So it's going to take images from this tag, latest. Now developer stack, select .NET, workload profile. For here we have basic plans of 4 CPU and 8 GB memory it uses, and CPU memory 0.5 CPU and 1 GB memory it's going to use. Okay. Environment variable, let me set ASP.NET Core environment development. In project we already had here in view. If it is development, then it show development mode, otherwise production mode. So let me set here development. Okay. Let's click review and create. Credential failed. Let me refresh it again here because we changed the information. Okay. Now select again image tag, development stack.NET, and okay. Now review and create. So see here it's running. Okay, pass. Click here create. So now it's initializing deployment. So it is in progress. You can check progress from here as well. If you click here notification bell icon, it show here deployment in progress. So deployment succeeded. Click on go to resources. So container app is running, status is running, if you can see here. Okay. And if you can see here application URL, there is no any URL. Why? Because Ingress is disabled. So we have to enable Ingress. So let's go to property. See networking, Ingress, disable. Now let me click here change and click on enable. Just click on enable. Then accepting traffic from anywhere. Okay. Click on save. So it's going to enable Ingress. So it's updated. Okay. Now click on overview. So now see we are able to see the URL. So if I click here, it's open our MVC application. See here development mode, because we set environment as development. So now let's change environment variable to production. So in application go to containers. Containers we have environment variable here. So here we have development. Let's change to production. Save as a new revision. So it's going to deploy revision version again. So now it's successfully deployed new revision. So in new revision we have environment to as a production. So let me refresh here. This is development. Okay, we change to production. So let me refresh here. See here production mode, live environment. Now it's take environment for a variable as a production. If you can see here, if it is not development, then it shows production mode. We have successfully published MVC core application into Azure Docker container, plus we set the environment variable. So thank you everyone.